Psalm 78. Yeah. Might even have something to do with the weather because it's kind of bad outside. Been raining all day, thunder and lightning. So I'm assuming that's what it is. Yeah, got something to do with the internet messing up because of the weather. Yeah, but I'm back now. Oh yeah, Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, Israel. Yeah. Mhm. Thanks. Is you a sister? Thank you. Yeah, I'm back, brother. Yeah. Thanks. Mhm. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. I'm gonna get back started. Wait on the brother and sister to get on here, then I'm gonna get back started. Yeah, I think we having bad weather too, so it might have something to do with the internet. Yeah. What? Let me say, is you a sister or brother? I'm assuming you're a sister. She said the first time I ever saw that shirt, a young white man was wearing it. Oh, okay, man, that's amazing. That she said a white man, young white man, was wearing this shirt. Oh, that's deep right there, sister. Oh, that's deep. Yeah, the Gentile they waking up. You know, they want to know the truth too. We're gonna have a few of them following y'all. Not many, but a few. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that's something there. Yeah. Before it's over with, everybody gonna know Yahweh. That's right. Shabbat Shalom, Isaiah, Israel. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, you can ask questions on here. Yeah. But we don't believe in JC though. I don't believe in the New Testament of JC, but I know the New Testament. Absolutely. So you can ask questions. But really I want you to ask your question after I get through with my lesson, my lesson. Yeah. Then after I get through, there you go. There you go. Do y'all hear that? Yeah. Yeah. You're absolutely right. But I ask all comment and questions after I get through teaching, then we'll talk about it. Praise y'all. Definitely fake a demagogue. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Demagogue. Yeah, buddy. Mm-hmm. We left off in Psalm 78. So I just want to let y'all know where we left off in Psalm 78. I'm going to start all over in it. That's right. That's right. I don't know if you was on here when we went to what was that, Psalm 4, I believe. Right? I'm gonna read it for you in plain letters. Yeah, go back to Psalm 4. And I think the last 4, and it's a 4 and 8, the last. Read that 4. Psalm 4 and 8.
Psalms chapter 4, verse 8. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Yahweh, only makest me dwell in safety.
Yahweh is the only one make you dwell in safety. That's what I'm talking about. Now go back to Psalm 78. Yeah. I told her, I don't care how many guns you got, how many bulletproof vests you got, how much money you got, and how many bodyguards you got, don't mean nothing. You ain't protected by nobody but Yah. That's it and that's all. So you can get all that other stuff out your head because it can't help you. At the end of the day, it ain't going to help you. You might have good intentions. You might think it's going to help. I got 100 guns, 5 bulletproof vests, 2,000 men around my house. Boy, listen, I ain't studying none of that. I got 2,000 bodyguards. Almighty ready to knock your head off. I don't care what you got. All right, Jewel Glad. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. Let me go and get started. If they ain't got on here by now, I ain't studying. Going back to 78 songs right quick. And start at we're gonna start over at the 30th verse.
Psalms chapter 78, verse 30. They were not estranged from their lust, but while their meat was yet in their mouths, the wrath of Elohim came upon them.
They were so greedy. They was eating fast and greedy.
And slew the fattest of them.
Knocked the head off the greedy one.
And smote down the chosen men of Israel.
That's right.
For all this they sinned still.
After all what Yahweh showed them in Egypt, they still sin.
And believe not for his wondrous works.
And right now today they don't believe. They don't believe Yahweh is everything. They don't believe that. They think you got to depend on the system, the government, people, and materialistic stuff. They don't believe Yahweh now. Read.
Therefore their days did he consume in vanity.
That's right. When you don't believe in Yahweh, he's going to knock your head off. Your days going to consume in vanity.
And their years in trouble.
You're going to be in trouble, trusting in somebody else.
When he slew them, then they sought him.
When Yahweh start killing people and knocking their head off, then they get some act right.
And they return and inquire early after Elohim.
Then they went with then they start serving Yahweh. Almighty always got to show you something for you to believe. You ain't gonna just believe on you. He got to start knocking your head off, killing and doing a lot of stuff. Then you'll get the message.
And they remember that Elohim was their rock.
Then they remember God was their rock.
And the high Elohim their redeemer.
And deliverer. Remember they were deliverer.
Nevertheless, they did flatter him with their mouth.
They flattered with his mouth, said, we love Yahweh, we're going to do what Yahweh say, this, that, and other. People say it right now, and they ain't studying Yahweh. Hard way over there in New York somewhere.
And they lied unto him with their tongues.
They lied. When somebody say they love God and I love Yahweh and I do this and they lie.
For their heart was not right with him.
Your heart on Christianity, Islam, your family, your friends, everybody. Your heart on everybody but Yah.
Neither were they steadfast in his covenant.
In his covenant, he got a covenant that we should be keeping today.
But he, being full of compassion,
But by Yahweh being full of compassion,
forgave their iniquity.
He always forgive his people and other people. Because if it weren't for Yahweh being merciful, wouldn't be nobody on this earth. Everybody would be dead. You only alive and living because of Yahweh having mercy on your rotten, no good, dirty tail. And don't forget, the Almighty said, I'm mad at the wicked every day. So if you live to get 100 years old, he's still mad at you. Read.
And destroyed them not.
And he didn't destroy you because of his own reasons. I don't know why you ain't dead and you did everything under the sun but serve Yah. I can't answer that.
Yea, many a time turned he his anger away.
Many times Yahweh stopped from knocking your head off, getting you killed.
And did not stir up all his wrath.
And then stir up his wrath.
For he remembered that they were but flesh.
He remembered we ain't nothing but clay and dirt. This ain't nothing but flesh, clay and dirt. He remembered.
A wind that passeth away.
A wind that passes away. What verse you at?
39.
Okay.
And coming not again. How oft did they provoke him in the wilderness?
How many times we provoked Yahweh in the wilderness? Wanted to do what we wanted to do.
And grieved him in the desert. Yea, they turned back and tempted Elohim.
Always tempting him.
And limited the Holy One of Israel. They remember not his hand.
They didn't remember what Yahweh did. They remember everything JC did, but not what Yahweh did. He walked on water. He healed the sick. He died for our sin. He came 2,000 years ago. You got to go through him to get to God. They remember everything about JC, but they don't remember nothing about Yah. Read.
Nor the day when he delivered them from the enemy.
That's right.
How he had wrought his signs in Egypt.
How he wrought his sin and forgot all about what Yahweh did in Egypt, but they remember everything JC done. Walked on water.
And his wonders in the field of Zoan, and had turned their rivers into blood.
They forgot all about what Yahweh did to the rivers of blood.
And their floods that they could not drink. He sent divers sorts of flies among them.
They forgot all about that.
Which devoured them, and frogs, which destroyed them. He gave also their increase unto the caterpillar, and their labor unto the locust. He destroyed their vines with hail, and their sycamore trees with frost. He gave up their cattle also to the hail, and their flocks to hot thunderbolts. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger.
Yahweh fears of his anger,
wrath, and indignation, and trouble, by sending evil angels among them.
Yahweh will send an evil angel today to knock your head off. He ain't stopped doing this. He's doing it right now. He did it 1,000,000 years ago, and he's still doing it right now. That weather cutting up outside. Been raining all day and all night for the last day or two, something like that. Keep reading.
He made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death.
He didn't forgive them for the, that's right, he knocked their head off.
But gave their life over to the pestilence.
He make the animals do it.
And smote all the firstborn in Egypt.
He killed all the firstborn in Egypt.
The chief of their strength in the tabernacles of Ham, but made his own people to go forth like sheep, and guided them in the wilderness like a flock. And he led them on safely.
So Yahweh led us up on safely? What is this up on here?
Oh, ain't nothing.
Oh, okay. Read that verse again.
But made his own people to go forth like sheep.
He made us go like sheep.
And guided them in the wilderness like a flock. And he led them on safely.
Yahweh led them on safely. And he leading you on safely today. The reason why you ain't dead, because Yahweh is protecting you.
So that they feared not, but the sea overwhelmed their enemies. And he brought them to the border of his sanctuary.
The Almighty drowned all the Pharaoh's armies, all the heathens.
Even to this mountain, which his right hand had purchased. He cast out the heathen also before them.
That's right. Knock their head off.
And divided them an inheritance by line, and made the tribes of Israel to dwell in their tents. Yet they tempted and provoked the Most High Elohim.
See, after the Almighty did all this good stuff for our people back then, they provoked him again.
And kept not his testimonies.
And did not keep Yahweh testimony. They ain't keeping Yahweh testimony today. That's really going to knock your head off. Just know that part.
But turned back and dwelt unfaithfully like their fathers.
Turned back and went back to doing something else. Was serving y'all once upon a time, but you went back to whatever you was doing wrong. Everything you do wrong, you go back to it.
They were turned aside like a deceitful bow.
Turn aside like a deceitful bow.
For they provoked him to anger with their high places.
With their house places, their church houses, high places. Because the church houses was the highest places back then. They got them now to high places.
And moved him to jealousy with their graven images.
And moved him to jealousy with this cross on your chest and on your neck and around your rear mirror in your car and up on your wall in your house. Provoked him with anger, with jealousy with a graven image.
When Elohim heard this,
when he heard this,
he was wroth.
He was angry.
And greatly abhorred Israel.
And greatly hated us. Hated Israel. Why? Because they was going to church and serving an idol god. They got to the wilderness and built a golden calf. How retarded and stupid can you be? The Almighty just showed you 10 plagues in Egypt that he did to Egypt and Pharaoh now. Then he parted the Red Sea and you walked on dry land. You got to the wilderness and Moses stayed gone 40 days and 40 days and 40 nights. Moses, how long was Moses gone?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, he was gone 40 days and 40 nights up in the mountain getting the 10 commandments from Yahweh. And them people build a golden calf and say, this is our God now. Boy, you got to be a woo-wee. I can't even picture. My mind hurt, boy, to think about that, man. Them people, you got to be rotten. Now, them people saw what happened. These people ain't saw nothing today, and they worse than the people that saw. Read.
So that he forsook the tabernacle of Shiloh, the tent which he placed among men, and delivered his strength into captivity, and his glory into the enemy's hand. He gave his people over also unto the sword, and was wroth with his inheritance. The fire consumed their young men, and their maidens were not given to marriage.
That's when this evil happened to us. He do all this to the evil. When bad stuff happening to you, that's because you ain't walking right before Yah. Getting shot, getting stabbed, getting 100 years. Anything bad happened to you, it's because you ain't serving Yah. That's the only reason why it happened to you, because you ain't serving Yah. And I'm going to show it to you in the book. Keep reading.
Their priests fell by the sword, and their widows made no lamentation. Then Yahweh awaked as one out of sleep, and like a mighty man that shouted by reason of wine. And he smote his enemies in the hinder parts. He put them to a perpetual reproach. Moreover, he refused the tabernacle of Joseph, and chose not the tribe of Ephraim, but chose the tribe of Judah, the Mount Zion which he loved. And he built his sanctuary like high palaces, like the earth which he had established forever. He chose David also his servant, and took him from the sheepfolds.
He chose David and not JC. Chose David though, but he didn't choose JC. Okay, let's go to Job. Cohen right here, y'all. Look, Job, I think it's 21. Let's see. Yeah, Job 21 and start at the 9th verse.
Job chapter 21, verse 9. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of Elohim upon them.
See, your house going to be safe from fear when you trust in Yahweh. Read that one more time. Your house is protected by Yah. Read.
Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of Elohim upon them.
The rod ain't up on your house, it's up on the wicked. He ain't gonna knock nothing but the wicked head off. Your house is safe from fear. You ain't got no business being scared. The Almighty working outside. That's part of it. Hurricane, mudslide, earthquake, tornado, flood, drought, animals. He do it all. Read it one more time.
Their houses are safe from fear.
Your house safe from fear. When you think I'm scared of what's going to happen, I let the Most High work. I love when he work. The line to get so loud, shake your house. Go to trembling and scared. That's the Almighty working. Let him work.
Neither is the right of Elohim upon them.
That's right. Now go to Proverbs. That's right. Let Yahweh work. Only people scared is the wicked. The righteous ain't scared. Only the wicked. That's how you know. When you look at him, he wicked. Because he's scared and complaining. The righteous, let him work. Let him work. I'm having a ball. Boy, I hope when I go outside, everything's slaughtered. Don't make me no different. Go to Proverbs 1. Start the first verse.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to receive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear.
A wise man gonna listen. If you wise, he gonna listen.
And will increase learning.
And then he gonna increase his learning.
And a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel.
Attain unto wise counsel. I'm popping corn. Read.
To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge.
The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge. You fear Yahweh, that's when your knowledge starts. The beginning of Yahweh is fear not.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
But a fool hate what I'm saying. A fool hate this knowledge in the corn. A fool gonna try to fight against the truth. Up what a fool gonna do. Read.
My son, hear the instruction of thy father.
Hear the instruction of the father.
And forsake not the law of thy mother.
And don't forsake the law of thy mother.
For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
Don't go do nothing wrong with no sinner.
If they say, come with us.
If they say, come with us.
Let us lay wait for blood.
Let's go kill somebody.
Let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause.
Let us hide behind the tree and wait till he come out and get it. Don't go with him.
Let us swallow them up alive as the grave.
Let us kill like the grave do.
And whole as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil.
Breaking somebody's house and take all their goods and stuff. Don't go with him.
Cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way with them.
Don't go with the ungodly, the wicked and rotten people. Don't go and break in nobody's house. Go and steal a car, do something evil. Don't do that. Don't go with them.
Refrain thy foot from their path.
Go home. Say, man, I'm finna go home. Y'all going breaking them people's house. Y'all gonna steal that car. I ain't gonna go with y'all. I ain't studying. I'm going home, go to bed. I see y'all on the news in the morning. Read.
For their feet run to evil.
They front run to evil. Always want to do something right and wrong.
And make haste to shed blood.
And make haste to kill innocent people. Breaking in their houses, stealing their car. Innocent people ain't did nothing. And you going to take from them and kill them at the same time. Read.
Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privately for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain.
This is the way of a greedy man. How he think. He want everything. A greedy person. He'll do anything to get it.
Which taketh away the life of the owners thereof.
Take the life of the owners. Kill a man about his house, his car, whatever.
Wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the streets. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, Will ye love simplicity?
How long will you want to be silly, play games, and joke around?
And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
And the fool hate knowledge. The fool hate what I'm talking about. That's when they don't watch me, because they hate this knowledge, because I'm popping corn. And they live in a lie and believing in some BS. Read.
Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
That's right.
Because I have called and ye refused.
I call and you refuse.
I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
Yahweh said, I stretched out my hand begging you to come serve me, but you turn your back on me.
But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof.
Don't want no pause of Yahweh, but watch this though.
I also will laugh at your calamity.
Yahweh said, I'm going to laugh at your calamity when you get in trouble, when I send that weather and that tree fall on your house and do this and that to you with my weather. I'm going to laugh at your calamity. Why? Because you turned your back on me when I told you to come on, let's go. Read.
I will mock when your fear cometh.
Yahweh say he going to mock. His tree fell on him. He got killed. Going to laugh at you.
When your fear cometh.
When Yahweh sends it, when the fear comes, when you get scared.
When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as whirlwind.
As the whirlwind, like you're doing outside now, that whirlwind.
When distress and anguish cometh upon you.
When you get stressed out and go to shaking and trembling, when the Almighty finna set your house 5 miles away from where it was at.
Then shall they call upon me.
Then when you go call upon start hollering and crying when the Almighty use that hurricane, that tornado to get you. Read, goes call up on him, read.
But I will not answer.
I ain't studying you. Y'all would say, I ain't studying you. I ain't studying. Don't call up on me now because you ain't got no house or no trailer no more. Because I done took that car in the world and took it at 20 miles on down the road. Don't call up on me because I don't hear you though. Read.
They shall seek me early.
Seek him early. Serve me before I send that tornado. Serve me before I send that storm. Serve me before, not after. Before. Read.
But they shall not find me.
They ain't gonna find it because it's too late.
For that they hated knowledge.
They hated knowledge. I'm popping corn. They hate this. I'm trying to tell them about Yahweh, the only one save your tail. Only one Yahweh, that's right, you safe from.
And did not choose the fear of Yahweh.
Did not choose the fear of Yahweh. There it is right there. Did not choose the fear of Yahweh. Read, but chose everything. You got 20 guns, 20 bulletproof vests, 500 bodyguards, all the money in the world. But boy, listen, when the Almighty take that house away and way down there, now, let's see if your gun can help you then. Let's see if your money can help you then. Let's see if your bodyguard can help you then when the Most High turn up. Read that again.
For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh. They would none of my counsel.
They didn't want no parts of Yahweh's counsel.
They despised all my reproof.
They hated Yahweh's reproof.
Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way.
Of their own way. You're going to pay for it. Your own way going to get you knocked off.
And be filled with their own devices.
With your own devices. Because can't nothing help you but Yah.
For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely.
That's corn now. Read that again.
But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely.
Whoever hearken to Yahweh gonna dwell safely. He ain't worried about that weather outside. The Almighty ain't worried. Listen, read it again because I want them to understand what the book talking about.
But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely.
Whoever hearken mean listen. Whoever listen to Yahweh gonna be safe. Plain and simple. Read.
And shall be quiet from fear of evil.
And shall be quiet from fear of evil. Quiet. You ain't worried about it outside because that's the Most High working. He working. Anytime that weather cutting up outside, they say Mother Nature doing it. They say, what's the other climate change doing? What else they say? these lies that they tell when it comes to the weather. Climate change and Mother Nature, ain't there? Okay, them the two lies they say. Mother Nature and climate change telling a lie, a bald-faced lie. That's the Most High working. Now read that again, that last verse.
But whoso hearken unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil.
That's right. Okay, go to Proverbs 3. 3. Okay, 3 and 19.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 19. Yahweh by wisdom hath founded the earth, by understanding hath he established the heavens.
He did it all.
By his knowledge the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down the dew.
That's right. The clouds drop down the dew because Yahweh working.
My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall they be life unto thy soul, and grace to thy neck. Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely.
Walk in the way safely, because the commandments and laws are going to keep you safe.
And thy foot shall not stumble.
That's right. You ain't going to fall.
When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid.
When you go to bed at night, you ain't afraid jumping up, trying to go somewhere. You ain't going to be afraid when you sleep. You chilling. You know Almighty working outside, making that weather do what it do. Read.
Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet.
Boy, your sleep gonna be sweet. You gonna sleep like a baby when it's cutting up outside. Trees falling on houses. You wake up in the morning, everybody's house gone, but yours. Your house the only one on the block. Because the Almighty working. Say, boy, you gonna sleep like a newborn baby. Boy, look here, you ain't what the down. Loud, so loud, boy, shake your house, right in your house. You ain't gonna jump up and run in the basement. You gonna sit there, boy, listen. Let it come on. Keep it coming. That's right. Come on, read.
Be not afraid of sudden fear.
Don't be afraid of sudden fear when the Almighty working outside with that weather.
Neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For Yahweh shall be thy confidence.
Yahweh, I'm confident in Yah. My confidence is in Yahweh. Not them bodyguards, bulletproof vests and them guns and that money. Confidence in Yah. Read.
And shall keep thy foot from being taken.
And he gonna keep my foot from being taken. I ain't going nowhere. Why? Because I'm saved by Yahweh. Read.
Withhold not good from them to whom it is due.
When you got something good for a person, promise something, do it. Do what you say you're gonna do.
When it is in the power of thy hand to do it.
When it's in the power of thy hand to do it. If you can help somebody and they need some help, you're supposed to help them. Now, you can't get blood from a turnip. You can't help nobody if you ain't got none. But if your brothers and sisters down and out and you got it and you can help them, you're supposed to help them. You know, that's what the books say. Even though you might not want to help them, but in righteousness, you're going to help them. Okay, that's all I need. Let's go to Psalms 119. Let's see. Psalm 119, start the 115 verse.
Psalms chapter 119, verse 115. Depart from me, ye evildoers.
Now let's see who the evildoers is. Depart from me, evildoers.
For I will keep the commandments of my Elohim.
I'm going to always keep the commandments of my God. I don't care what you do. I'm going to always keep, because you're an evildoer if you don't keep the commandment. Just told you. So all you evildoers that don't keep his commandment, get on away from me, because I'm going to keep the commandment regardless of what you say or what you do. Now read it again.
Depart from me, ye evildoers.
Get away from me, you evildoers.
For I will keep the commandments of my Elohim.
For I'm going to always keep the commandments of Yah. Read.
Uphold me according unto thy word, that I may live, and let me not be ashamed of my hope. Hold thou me up, and I shall be safe.
I'm going to be safe.
And I will have respect unto thy statutes continually.
All the way to the graveyard.
Thou hast trodden down all them that err from thy statutes.
Almighty knock everybody's head off that don't keep his statute, trodden down. Like a horse trotting down, a horse step on you.
For their deceit is falsehood.
Your deceit is falsehood.
Thou puttest away all the wicked of the earth like dross. Therefore I love thy testimonies.
I love the testimonies.
My flesh trembleth for fear of thee, and I am afraid of thy judgments.
That's right. Afraid of judgment, you scared to break them. You scared to do wrong. That's right. Better be.
I have done judgment and justice. Lead me not to my oppressors. Be surety for thy servant for good. Let not the proud oppress me. My eyes fail for thy salvation and for the word of thy righteousness. Deal with thy servant according unto thy mercy and teach me thy statutes.
Teach me your statutes, Yahweh.
I am thy servant. Give me understanding.
I'm Yahweh's servant. Give me understanding.
That I may know thy testimonies.
That I may know and learn your testimonies.
It is time for thee.
It is time for thee, O Yahweh.
Yahweh, to work, for they have made void thy law.
They have made void thy law, meaning they don't keep it.
Therefore I love thy commandments above gold.
I love the commandments above gold. Now, how many of y'all love commandments above gold? Would you rather have all the gold or all of the commandments? Most of y'all gonna say all the commandments. You're telling a lie. You going all the gold. Your mouth say commandments, but your heart say gold. Mouth say I'm commandment, gold in your heart. Read that again.
Therefore I love thy commandments above gold.
Above gold. I love the commandments above gold. My mouth and heart saying it. But most of y'all mouth saying it and heart saying gold.
Yea, above fine gold.
Above fine gold. That's right.
Therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right, and I hate every false way.
And Yahweh said, I hate every false way. That's right. I hate all the false ways. Okay. Let's go to Proverbs again. Let's see. Proverbs 21. Let's see. 21. Let's see. Oh yeah, 21 and 30.
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 30. There is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against Yahweh.
You can't never figure out Yahweh. You don't understand what he do or how he do it and when he gonna do it and what he do it for.
The horse is prepared against the day of battle.
The horses prepared against the day of battle.
But safety is of Yahweh.
Safety come from Yah. Read it again, that last verse 5 times. Let them know where safety come from. You trusting in everything but Yah, you gonna get your head knocked off. Read.
The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of Yahweh.
Safety is of Yahweh. Read that safety of Yahweh. That's all you need to read.
But safety is of Yahweh.
Read.
But safety is of Yahweh.
Safety come from Yah, not nobody else.
But safety is of Yahweh. But safety is of Yahweh.
That's right. That's all I needed. Safety is of Yahweh. Don't never forget that. You ain't protected by nobody but Yah. When you get your head knocked off, that's because Yahweh allowed it to happen. He allowed it to happen, and you ought to know why he allowed it to happen. You ain't loving him. You ain't serving him. You ain't keeping his laws, commandments, statutes, judgments. That's meaning to let it happen. When something bad happened to your tail, it's because you don't serve and love Yah. That's right. Now go to Proverbs 18. Proverbs 18, the 10th verse.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. The name of Yahweh is a strong tower.
It's a strong tower.
The righteous run into it.
We run into the tower of Yahweh and what?
And it's safe.
We safe. We safe. Read it again.
The name of Yahweh is a strong tower.
The name of Yahweh is a strong tower.
The righteous run into it.
The righteous run to Yah. They don't run to no gun, no bulletproof vest, no tell nobody nothing. We run the Yah.
And it's safe.
And we safe. When we do that, we safe. Read.
The rich man's wealth is his strong city.
The rich man's wealth is his strong city.
And as an high wall in his own conceit.
That's right. See, they run the wealth. Rich man run this wealth. But let me show you about wealth. Go to Proverbs 11 and 28 right quick. Let me show you about your money. 11 and 28. Proverbs 11 and 28.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 28.
Yeah.
He that trusted in his riches shall fall.
Everybody that trusts in their riches is going to fall.
But the righteous shall flourish as a branch.
But the righteous going to flourish as a branch. Read it again.
He that trusted in his riches shall fall.
Anybody that trusts in their riches going to fall. I don't care who you is or what color you is. You trust in riches, you going to fall. Read.
But the righteous shall flourish as a branch.
But the righteous is going to flourish as the branch. We're going to be having a ball. You're going to be dead and the righteous is going to be having a ball. That's all I'm talking about. Okay, let's go to Proverbs. Let me see. Proverbs 29. Let me see. 25. Yeah. Proverbs 29 and 25. Corn again, y'all.
Proverbs chapter 29, verse 25. The fear of man bringeth a snare.
A fear of man bringeth a snare, be tricked.
But whoso putteth his trust in Yahweh shall be safe.
Everybody that trusts in Yah gonna be safe. The book Popping Corn. Read it again. Okay. Hold your question and comment till I get done, Hebrew sisters and brothers. About we're gonna talk about y'all scripture when we get done, but I'm popping corn right now. Read that verse again.
The fear of man bringeth a snare, but whoso putteth his trust in Yahweh shall be safe.
Everybody that put their trust in Yahweh gonna be safe. Now, do we got to say anything else? When you trust in Yahweh, you automatic safe. When you don't trust in Yahweh, you gonna get your head knocked off and that tree coming down on that house. Read it again.
The fear of man bringeth a snare, but whoso putteth his trust in Yahweh shall be safe.
Whoever trusts in Yahweh gonna be safe. Simple as that. He ain't got nothing else to tell you. You trust in him, you're gonna be safe. Automatic. So if you trust in anything else other than Yah, expect that knock head off. That's all. Plain and simple. When you trust in Yah, you safe. And if you don't trust in Yahweh, you ain't. Read it again.
The fear of man bringeth a snare, but whoso put his trust in Yahweh shall be safe.
Don't be safe. Read.
Many seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment cometh from Yahweh.
Every man's judgment come from Yah.
An unjust man is an abomination to the just.
And an unjust man abomination to the just.
And he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see, what was that proverb? So, if you trust in Yahweh, you're already going to be safe. And if you don't trust in Yahweh, so when y'all see stuff on the news and hear about stuff, they wasn't trusting in Yah. That's why it happened. It's simple. Man, did y'all hear about so-and-so? Man, did y'all hear about so-and-so? Was he trusting in Yah? No. Well, that's why it happened. Now, don't talk me to death. Go to Jeremiah 23. Ain't no sugar here. Ain't no sugar here. Boy, I pop corn. That's mean they don't like me because they looking for sugar coating. Being nice. Tell it soft and easy. Don't be so harsh. Go to Jeremiah 23. Start the first verse.
Jeremiah
I don't know no other way. I don't know no other way. And ain't trying to know now either. Sugar coated for what? And turned down for what?
Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
Woe be unto the preachers that destroyed his pastor. You talking about you a Methodist, you a Catholic, you a Presbyterian, you a Baptist, you a Jehovah's Witness, you a this and that. See, you destroy his pastor. He talking to only the preachers, only these so-called preachers. Read, start over again. Woe unto the pastor that destroy and scatter my feet. Read.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
They're going to get their head knocked off. All these preachers that's lying on this book and lying to his people, talking about they this, that, and other, ain't telling the truth, going to get their head knocked off. Talk to the preachers.
Saith Yahweh.
Yahweh said it.
Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Elohim of Israel against the pastors that feed my people.
Yahweh is against these preachers and pastors that feed his people. Mean, tell them lies. When you feed the people a lie, that's what he talking about. You ain't telling the truth. You telling the people a lie. You got your, look at that thunder. Woo, Almighty working. Read.
Ye have scattered my flock.
You have scattered his flock. Catholic, Methodist, Presbyterian, Jehovah's Witness. Then gave them religion. We ain't no religious people. My wife, Yahweh don't know nothing about no religious man and no religious woman. He ain't got no religion. He didn't give you that. Read.
And driven them away.
And driven them away. How do they driven them away? Talking about JC this. He died for the sins. He God's son. You got to go through him to get to the Father. He this and he that. That's how you driven them away from y'all. Because you got their mind brainwashed, bamboos, and hoodwinked on Christianity in the New Testament. Read.
And have not visited them.
And you ain't went back and told the nappy-headed Israelite the truth. You ain't went back and told them ain't no such thing as JC. Ain't no such thing as Christianity. Ain't no such thing as the New Testament. Ain't no such thing as baptism. Ain't no such thing as the Holy Ghost. Ain't no such thing as this junk they teach in the New Testament. Ain't no such thing in the eyes of Yah. Y'all don't talk about that in the Old Testament. Read.
Behold, I will visit upon them you the evil of your doing.
Yahweh say, I'm going to visit you, though. That means I'm going to knock your head off.
Saith Yahweh.
Yahweh said he gonna visit you. When he say he gonna visit you, that means he gonna knock some heads off.
And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whether I have driven them.
He gonna gather the remnant of the righteous to keep his laws and commandments, statutes out of all the country. The remnant, he gonna gather them, but knock everybody else's head off. Read.
And will bring them again to their folds.
And bring them again where they used to live. Leave the United States and go back home where you come from, Israel.
And they shall be fruitful and increase.
We're going to be fruitful and increase.
And I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them.
He going to set up shepherds like me. Like, hold on. Like righteous. He going to set up shepherds like Kevin, Hazel, Mark Anthony, Yah's son, Jules Gladys. In righteous strength, he gonna set up shepherds and gonna popcorn and tell the truth and condemn the New Testament. Because we know it ain't no such thing in the New Testament. He gonna set up shepherds to popping corn and talking about Yah and King David is the Messiah. Them kind of shepherds. Read.
And they shall fear no more.
Ain't gonna be scared no more. Scared to death right now.
Nor dismayed.
No, you be feared. This made me fear. You ain't gonna fear no more.
Neither shall they be lacking.
You ain't got nothing. In this time, you're going to have it all. You ain't going to be lacking. But you lacking today, you ain't got a down payment on the onion. Can't even pay attention. Ain't got no money. Read.
Saith Yahweh.
Said Yahweh.
Behold, the days come.
When this day come, watch what they're going to do when this day come.
Saith Yahweh.
He said it.
That I will raise unto David a righteous branch.
I'm going to raise to David a righteous branch. He don't need no help. Ain't no such thing as JC gonna be the Messiah. That's a lie.
And a king shall reign and prosper.
King David gonna reign and prosper.
And shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
Knock off heads.
In his days Judah shall be saved.
Judah shall be saved.
And Israel shall dwell safely.
And then we gonna dwell safely. Gonna be saved and dwell safely.
And this is his name whereby he shall be called. Yahweh our righteousness.
That's right. That's all I'm talking about right there. Okay, let's go to Oh yeah, go to 30. Jeremiah 32. 32. Let me see. And 37. 40. Let me see. Yeah, 36. Start.
Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 37. Behold, I will gather them out of all countries.
He gonna gather us out of all countries.
Whether I have driven them in my anger.
Well, I put the man in my anger because I was mad at them because they were hard-headed, stiff-necked, and rebellious. Didn't want to keep the commandments.
And in my fury.
And in Yahweh fury.
And great wrath.
Yahweh did it in great wrath.
And I will bring them again into this place.
I'm going to bring them again. Meaning this ain't happened yet. This is the future. He going to do it again just like he did it back then. You understand me? Read.
And I will cause them to dwell safely.
Safely. Yahweh going to cause you to dwell safely when you get back to the crib.
And they shall be my people.
And we going to be his people.
And I will be their Elohim.
And he going to be our God.
And I will give them one heart.
One heart.
And one way.
In one way. You ain't going to know but one way. And that's to do it Yahweh's way.
That they may fear me forever.
What? You going to fear Yahweh forever when this happens.
For the good of them.
For the good of them.
And of their children after them.
And the children after them. When you die after them. Gonna go on and on and on.
And I will make an everlasting covenant with them.
An everlasting covenant with them.
That I will not turn away from them.
I ain't gonna turn my back on the righteous.
To do them good.
And I'm gonna do them good.
But I will put my fear in their hearts, that they shall not depart from me.
That they will not depart from Yahweh. Boy, this is get it.
Yea, I will rejoice over them to do them good.
To do them good. You ain't got to worry about the weather taking over, knocking your head off.
And I will plant them in this land assuredly with my whole heart and with my whole soul. For thus saith Yahweh, like as I have brought all this great evil upon this people.
Just like he bring all the great evil upon this people, talking about us.
So will I bring upon them all the good that I have promised them.
Just like when you turn to Yahweh and start obeying Yahweh, like this shirt said, keeping the law, statute, commandment, judgment, he gonna do you good. Read that last verse again.
For thus saith Yahweh, like as I have brought all this great evil upon this people.
Yahweh the one bring evil upon you. It ain't by coincidence it happened. It's because you hate Yah. When you hate Yahweh, he gonna cause evil to happen to you. And the only way you can hate Yahweh is don't do what he say. If you don't obey Yahweh, you hate him. Just that simple. Read. I don't care how you say you love him out your mouth. Your mouth just talking.
So will I bring upon them all the good that I have promised them.
I'm going to bring upon the good because Yahweh say he create good and evil. Out of Yahweh, I do all these things. Okay, let's go to, that was, what was that? Jeremiah 32.
Yeah.
Let me see. 33. Jeremiah 33 and 14. I think it's 14.
Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 14. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will perform that good thing which I have promised unto the house of Israel, unto the house of Judah.
Behold, the good thing, he gonna do a good thing.
In those days, and at that time, will I cause the branch of righteousness to grow up unto David.
I'm going to cause the growing unto David, not nobody else.
And he shall execute judgment and righteousness in the land.
That's right, execute judgment.
In those days shall Judah be saved.
Judah going to be saved at this time.
And Jerusalem shall dwell safely.
And we're going to be in Jerusalem dwelling safely.
And this is the name wherewith she shall be called.
This is the name she be called, all righteousness.
Yahweh our righteousness.
Yahweh is our righteousness. That's right.
For thus saith Yahweh, David shall never want a man to sit upon the throne of the house of Israel.
And when this happy King David ain't going to need or want no man to help him run this throne. Ain't nobody going to be helping King David. JC ain't never coming in for part 2. No, David ain't going to need no help. That's what the book just said.
Neither.
That's all I need. Ezekiel. 24. Ezekiel 28, verse 24. Let me get this bright pickery.
Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 24. And there shall be no more a pricking briar unto the house of Israel.
Now, what is a pricking briar? Read that right there. I think pricking briar.
Pricker, a prickle, a small sharp point.
A small sharp point.
A thorn.
A thorn. Prickle is a thorn. A road that's on the road, a thorn.
Spine, etc.
Okay. Now go back and read that 24.
And there shall be no more a pricking briar unto the house of Israel.
Ain't gonna be no thorn in Israel no more. The thorn in the side right now.
Nor any grieving thorn of all that are round about them that despise them. And they shall know that I am Yahweh Elohim.
Then we gonna know that it's Yahweh.
Thus saith Yahweh Elohim, when I have gathered the house of Israel from the people among whom they are scattered,
when Almighty Yahweh come deliver us from all the other nations,
and shall be sanctified in them in the sight of the heathen,
in front of the Gentiles,
then shall they dwell in their land that I have given to my servant Jacob.
My servant Jacob, talking about us.
And they shall dwell safely therein.
When we get back to the land, we're going to dwell safely.
And shall build houses.
We're going to build houses.
And plant vineyards.
And gardens.
Yea, they shall dwell with confidence.
We're going to dwell with confidence. Chest stuck out. We ain't scared of nobody.
When I have executed judgments upon all those that despise them round about.
When the Almighty killed and knocked everybody's head off that hate us.
And they shall know that I am Yahweh their Elohim.
And you gonna know that Yahweh did it. Now that's how you gonna know, because Yahweh gonna do it. We don't need no army or none of this military stuff. The Almighty is our army. I'm gonna show them. Don't let me forget to show them too something about that. What was that? 30? No, what was okay. Let's see. Go to Ezekiel 34. Okay, yeah, 30 started the 22nd.
Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 22. Therefore will I save my flock.
Yahweh said, I'm gonna save my flock.
And they shall no more be a prey.
And we ain't gonna be no prey no more.
And I will judge between cattle and cattle.
Between cattle and cattle.
And I will set up one shepherd over them.
Yahweh said, I'm gonna set up one shepherd over them. That's who this one shepherd be. It might be JC, might be Paul or John. We don't know. Let's see. Read.
And he shall feed them.
And he should feed them. We don't know yet because he ain't said it yet. Read.
Even my servant David.
Even my servant David. There it is right there. He said David.
He shall feed them.
David gonna feed us, not Yahshua.
And he shall be their shepherd.
And David gonna be our shepherd, not JC.
And I, Yahweh, will be their Elohim.
And Yahweh gonna be our God.
And my servant David a prince among them.
And King David gonna be a prince among us.
I, Yahweh, have spoken it.
Yahweh said this. So if you listen to anybody else, you're a retarded fool. Yahweh say King David gonna be it, and you talking about JC, Yahshua, HaMashiach, you are lying, the truth ain't it. You say God said, Yahweh said he gonna be it. Now, the book popping it, read.
And I will make with them a covenant of peace.
A covenant with peace.
And will cause the evil beast to cease out of the land.
Evil beasts ain't gonna be like they is today. Go out there and a bear eat you up, a lion eat you up, a tiger. Ain't gonna be the evil animals back then. man, when this happened.
And they shall dwell safely in the wilderness.
And we gonna dwell safely in the wilderness. A rattlesnake coming, you can eat your pet. Your black mama coming, all the animals gonna be nice to you. A scorpion ain't bite you. They ain't gonna bite you because the Almighty say, read that again. Let me let them understand what it's saying. That 25.
And I will make with them a covenant of peace.
This with the covenant of peace. The Almighty Yahweh gonna make a covenant of peace with the animals in the wild. Read.
And will cause the evil beast to cease out of the land.
Almost call the evil beast not to be evil no more, and hungry and ready to eat you up. Right now they eat your tail up. You go out there. Read.
And they shall dwell safely in the wilderness.
And we're going to dwell safely in the winter. Why? Because the lion ain't going to do nothing to you. The tiger and the bear and the scorpion and all them animals, the spider, the black widow, spider, ain't none of that going to happen. Ain't nothing going to bite you. Read.
And sleep in the woods.
And sleep in the woods. You sleep in the woods, you ain't worried about nothing. Mosquitoes eating you up all night. Bugs all on top of you. No, they're going to make a peace. You're going to make a covenant with the animals.
And I will make them and the places round about my hill a blessing.
A blessing.
And I will cause the shower to come down in his season.
It's going to rain when it's supposed to rain. Not going to be no floods like it is now.
There shall be showers of blessings.
Showers of blessings.
And the tree of the field shall yield her fruit.
Yield up fruit. Gonna be, all the apples gonna be sweet. All the cherries, the plum, everything gonna be sweet. Ain't nothing gonna be, you go in the store today and buy this fruit, it's bitter, it's nasty, grape sour. There ain't gonna be none of that. Read.
And the earth shall yield her increase.
And you're gonna yield an increase.
And they shall be safe in their land.
We're gonna be safe in our land.
And shall know that I am Yahweh.
And we're gonna know that Yahweh did it.
When I have broken the bands of their yoke and delivered them out of the hand of those that serve themselves of them.
That's right, gonna deliver us out of the hands of the people we serve.
And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen.
We ain't gonna be a prey to the Gentiles no more. Almighty gonna correct all this.
Neither shall the beast of the land devour them.
Neither shall the beast, the rattlesnake bite you no more. The lion eat you up. The tiger, the bears, and the animals eat your tail up. Ain't gonna be that no more.
But they shall dwell safely.
We're gonna dwell safely.
And none shall make them afraid.
There ain't nobody gonna have us afraid. You scared to death right now. And this happened, ain't gonna be scared no more.
And I will raise up for them a plant of renown, and they shall be no more consumed with hunger in the land.
Ain't gonna be hungry no more, starving.
Neither bear the shame of the heathen anymore. Thus shall they know that I, Yahweh the Elohim, am with them.
He gonna know, everybody in the world gonna know that Yahweh with us.
And that they, even the house of Israel.
That's right, he with us, the house of Israel. He's my people.
Are my people.
The Yahweh say Israel is my people.
Saith Yahweh.
Yahweh said it.
And ye my flock, the flock of my pasture.
We are the flock of the pasture of Yah.
Are men.
Are men.
And I am your Elohim.
And Yahweh is my God.
Saith Yahweh Elohim.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. That was Ezekiel what? 30 what?
4.
Okay. Go to Ezekiel 38. Ezekiel 38 and 8.
Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 8. After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste. But it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them.
Dwell safely, all of them. Read.
Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands, and many people with thee. Thus saith Yahweh Elohim, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind.
Things come into your mind.
And thou shalt think an evil thought.
You're going to think an evil thought.
And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates.
Ain't gonna need none of that. That's all. Ain't gonna need no bars and gate. Okay, let's go to 30. Let's see. Okay, 39. He took a 39:21.
Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 21. And I will set my glory among the heathen.
Yahweh say he gonna set his glory among the Gentiles.
And all the heathen shall see my judgment that I have executed.
And everybody on this earth gonna see Yahweh's judgment that he executed. The white folks, everybody, Gentiles and all.
And my hand that I have laid upon them.
And my hand we laid upon them.
So the house of Israel shall know that I am Yahweh their Elohim from that day and forward.
From that day forward, you gonna know that Yahweh did do it and did it all.
And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity.
And the Gentiles gonna know that they ain't did nothing. That the Most High Yahweh is the one that set up slavery and captivity. Yahweh did it. He's the one that set up captivity and slavery, not the white folks. Read.
Because they trespass against me.
And the only reason why it's slavery is because they trespass against Yahweh. They turned their back on Yahweh and didn't want to keep them laws and statutes and commandments. So the Almighty set up slavery and captivity for our nappy-headed, no good riding tail. Read.
Therefore hid I my face from them.
And he hid his face from Esreen. He let this white man do what he want to do to you.
And gave them into the hand of their enemies.
And gave us to the United States.
So fell they all by the sword.
And the police kill you and won't nothing be did about it.
According to their uncleanness and according to their transgressions have I done unto them.
Yahweh said, I done it. I'm a killer. I make them kill you. Yahweh make them white folks kill you. That's right. I make them do it because I create good and evil. Read that verse again.
According to their uncleanness and according to their transgressions have I done unto them.
Yahweh said, according to your rottenness, no good tale, I caused it to happen to you. Read.
And hid my face from them.
I hit what? He hid his face. Let's read. Oh man, y'all see what happened on the news? Almighty hid his face.
Therefore thus saith Yahweh Elohim, now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob.
Now I'm gonna bring again the captivity. I'm gonna get them out of captivity out of the United States. I'm gonna bring them again captivity out of Jacob. Read, watch this.
And have mercy upon the whole house of Israel.
Then I'm gonna have mercy upon the whole house of Israel.
And will be jealous for my holy name.
And gonna be jealous for his holy name. You call upon another God, another person you want to. He's jealous.
After that they have borne their shame.
After Almighty have punished you and cursed you and tortured you and knocked your head off, then this gonna happen. Read.
And all their trespasses whereby they have trespassed against me.
And they trespass against Yah.
When they dwell safely in their land.
When they dwell safely in their land, because now I'm ready to protect them.
And none made them afraid.
And ain't nobody scared no more.
When I have brought them again from the people and gathered them out of their enemies' lands.
And gathered us out of the United States.
And am sanctified in them in the sight of many nations.
Many nations with the S on the end gonna be looking at this.
Then shall they know that I am Yahweh their Elohim.
Then you gonna know that Yahweh did it. Just like he did in Egypt, he gonna do it again.
Which caused them to be led into captivity among the heathen.
Which caused us to be set up slavery in the United States. He the one caused this. And you brought it up on yourself. Why? Because you was disobedient, hard-headed, and stiff-necked against Yahweh. That's read.
But I have gathered them unto their own land.
To their own land. This ain't your land. This was the Indian land, but the white folks took it from them. So it's their land. Read.
And have left none of them any more there. Neither will
ain't gonna leave none of us more here. We all going. The righteous going.
Neither will I hide my face anymore from them.
Yahweh say he ain't gonna hide his face. No, he ain't gonna let nothing happen to you no more.
For I have poured out my spirit upon the house of Israel.
That's right. I poured out my spirit upon the house of Israel. I ain't pour my spirit out on nobody else.
Saith Yahweh Elohim.
Yahweh said it. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, go to Hosea. Hosea 2 and 18.
Hosea chapter 2, verse 18. And that day will I make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field.
He's saying it again. I'm going to make a covenant with the beasts of the field. We just read it.
And with the fowls of heaven.
You're going to do it with the birds.
And with the creeping things of the ground.
You're going to do it with the spiders.
And I will break the bow and the sword and the bow out of the earth.
Ain't going to be no more killing.
It will make them to lie down safely.
And we're going to lie down safely. That's right. You ain't going to need no Mac 11, no Uzi, and no 9mm no more. We're going to dwell in the land safely. Ain't nobody going to have a toothpick, a knife, or nothing. You ain't going to need it. Okay, go to Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes chapter 8. Yeah, this Ecclesiastes 8 and 5.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 5. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment.
So whosoever keepeth the commandment feel no evil thing. Read that again.
Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing.
That's right. Read it one more time.
Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing.
When you keep the commandment, the Almighty ain't gonna let nothing bad happen to you.
And a wise man's heart discerning both time and judgment.
That's right. Now I'm ready for comment and question. That's right. Something else I thought. Well, I had to show them some, but I had. Let me see. There's something else I wanted to show them. It'll come to. But I'm ready for comment and question, brothers and sisters. Let me see. Can I think of it? I can't think right now. But I'm ready for comment. Now, the sister Jewel Gladdy had let me see what she said. Okay, go to Proverbs 12 and 13. Okay. Jewel Gladdy say Proverbs 12 and 13.
Proverbs chapter 12, verse 13. The wicked is snared by the transgression of his lips, but the just shall come out of trouble.
That's right. The just gonna come out of trouble. That's right. Praise the mighty Yah, Jewel Gladdy. You pop a corn. Yeah. Anybody else have any comment or question? It was a new person on here asked me, did we talk about it? I said, yeah. Anybody else have any comment or question? Now, y'all can tell me, y'all can learn me something new. Tell me how you say besides Yahweh. Do anybody know anybody that you say by other than Yahweh? Tell me somebody that you saved by. Name me a thing that you can be saved by. Anybody got any comment or question? I'm ready for comment and question now. Teach me something. Show me somebody that you besides Yahweh you be safe from. I want to learn something today. Show y'all teach me something. I love to learn. Is there anything else that can save that we can be safe from? Let me see. We'll be here in Babylon when Elijah comes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Let me show you something right quick about that. That's what the book Malachi said. We're gonna be here. Okay, go to Malachi 4. Malachi 4 and start the fourth verse.
Malachi chapter 4, verse 4. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant.
Then this the last thing that Yahweh said in the book of Malachi. Remember the law of Moses.
which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel.
He gave it to Israel. He didn't give it to the world, gave it to us. If you're an Israelite, he's talking to you.
With the statutes and judgments.
With the statutes and judgment, right? It's the last thing he said in Malachi. Read, watch this.
Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yahweh.
That's right. Before this happened, Elijah gonna come for the great and dreadful day of Yah. The brother right, read.
And ye shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse.
That's right. Elijah coming. In the last days, he coming. Michael is the archangel. I might talk about that. Yeah, the angel, Michael. That's his name, Michael. He's one of the angels of Yahweh. Yep. It's only a few names of the angels in the Bible. He ain't named them all. He got multitude of angels, thousands of angels, but he speaks. Okay. Shalom, my brother. I have been in the laws of Yah only for 25 years. I was married to a brother in the, hold on. The sister, I was married to a brother in the laws who was extremely abusive to me and our children. I cried out to the teacher. Okay. Well, I can't really, I don't know why he was that way. Well, let me see. Okay, is the after we have destroyed our enemies. Okay. I'm trying to meditate on this sister. She said, Shalom, my brother, but I have been in the laws for 25 years. I was married to a brother in the law who was extremely abusive to me, and okay. Because I can't understand why he was abusive to her and they both kept the laws. But he did not believe me. He had taken out a life insurance policy on me and everything. Now, was this brother, was he a Gentile or he was a brother? Okay, she said he was a brother. Let's see. I'm trying to think right quick. I heard that sister's testimony. She's talking about what happened at the house of Israel. Oh, okay, the house of Atlanta. Oh, okay, she's talking about Atlanta down at brother Elkanah class. So I heard that sister testimony. She's talking about what happened at the house of Israel. I mean, at the house of Atlanta. Okay. Well, I don't know the reason why he was abusive like that and he kept the laws, because I never heard that no situation like that. No. I know one thing, this what the Most High do though. Let me show you what he do. Let's see. Can I find that right quick? I know he do go to Psalm 68. Psalm 68 and 6. Now this what I know what he do though, but I don't know the reason why he was like that. I can't answer that.
Psalms chapter 68 verse 6. Elohim setteth the solitary in families.
See, Yahweh, he set up solitary in family. So he separated y'all, but I don't know why he was the way he was.
He bringeth out those which are bound with chains.
Right. That's all I need. Couldn't even be abusive to your servant without penalty. Okay. No, he couldn't have been. Mark, again, like you say, he couldn't have been in the laws. He was abusive like that. No, he couldn't have been. That's No. Might have been a wolf in sheep clothing. You got a lot of people capping and perpetrating the fraud. They say they one thing, but they doing everything else. Yeah. And for them to take. That's right. Fake the funk. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Malachi 2 and 14, he didn't keep the law. Okay, y'all only TV 100 say read Malachi 2 and 14. 2 and 14 through 15.
Malachi chapter 2, verse 14. Yet ye say, wherefore? Because Yahweh have been witness against because Yahweh hath been witness between thee and the wife of thy youth, against whom thou hast dealt treacherously, yet is she thy companion, and the wife of thy covenant, and did not he make one? Yet had he the residue of the Spirit, and wherefore one, that he might seek a godly seed. Therefore take heed to your spirit, and let none deal treacherously against the wife of his youth.
Right. There you go. That's right. That's a good point there. Who said that? Oh, Yahweh, y'all only 100. I mean, TV 100. Yeah, that's real talk. You ain't gonna be abusive. And Holy Jim said, how can you tell that somebody persuading a fraud with the word of the Most High? Ain't read it. Calling themselves Moray's priests. Well, Moray only mean teacher. Ain't no priest. They can knock it off with their priest and talk about the Torah behind closed doors. They are sick. Okay, that's true. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Philadelphia. Howard say go to Joel 2 and 32. That's right. You playing a dangerous game, playing with Yah. You can't be a she. It couldn't have been. No, he wasn't. No, that's right. Who said that? Yeah, Philadelphia, Philadelphia Howard. Say Joel 2 and 32. Yep.
Joel chapter 2, verse 32. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of Yahweh shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as Yahweh have said, and in the remnants whom Yahweh shall call.
That's right. The remnant. Oh, that's right. But let me find some I needed to on her. Okay. Right. Let me read. Let's go to Proverbs 20 and on Proverbs 20:24. This for what you call? What was on? Let me the one that had the married 25 years. I can't remember. But this what I'm saying right here. Go to 20 and 24.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of Yahweh.
Man, his ways of going of Yahweh.
How can a man then understand his own way?
How can a man understand his own way? If you can't understand your own way, you know you can't understand another man's way. Okay, that's all I needed. Let me see. Okay, we read. Okay. Don't watch his channel. I watch the channel of someone exposing that super pre. Who hold the holy GMO? Who channel not to watch? Who you talking about? Don't watch his channel. Jules, that said, the New Testament character tells this. Oh yeah. Let me see. The holy Jim say, don't watch his channel. I watch a channel of someone exposing that the that's super. Okay. His name is Calvin Israel on YouTube. He calls himself the super priest. Now he a super lie. Okay, you ever heard of him?
Hmm.
This man on YouTube called Calvin Israel, K, and he's called the super priest. I ain't never heard of him either. No, I ain't never heard of him. So don't watch him. He called himself the super priest. So, what's so super about him? No, I was wondering what he talking about. Super priest. I ain't never heard of. Anybody else got any more comment or question about the lesson, the book? I used to watch his stuff a few years ago, fam. He started crashing out. Boy, say he started crashing out. His Torah only, but come to find out he was preying on a woman and threatened to force himself. Oh man, yeah, he a straight clown. Brother Mark, and they don't take me. That's right. You ain't got no business doing none of that. A servant of Yah, he gonna keep it 100. He ain't gonna be playing them games, chasing after the sisters and all that old stuff. Shit. You gonna teach the word of Yah. That's what you gonna do. You ain't gonna be playing them games. Okay. Joel, Philadelphia House, they go to Joel 2 and 1 through 3. That's right. Joel 2, verse 1 through 3.
Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong, there have not been ever the light, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them.
Okay, but she said down to 14. Yeah, she changed to 14.
The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pain, all faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another, they shall walk every one in his path.
Right.
And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And Yahweh shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executed his word. For the day of Yahweh is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Therefore also now, saith Yahweh, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning, and rend your heart, and not your garments, and turn unto Yahweh your Elohim, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repent him of the evil. Who knoweth if he will return and repent, and will leave a blessing behind him, even a meat offering and a drink offering unto Yahweh your Elohim?
All facts. That's right, sister. She was it was Philadelphia Howard. That's right. All facts. And that's future, like you say, that's a future event, future prophecy. That's right. Okay, let me see. Eight say go to Proverbs 21 and 31. 21 and 31. Yeah, it's a Proverbs 21 and 31.
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 31. The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of Yahweh.
Yeah, okay, that's right. I talked about that. Yeah, that's true. Okay, let me see. Same Jew. I was watching him when I first Yehuda channel, but Keva started blaspheming and being racist and making songs about opposites. Okay. Man. Future prophecy isn't this most high service of heavenly arm? Right. He got yes, ma'am. He got a heavenly army out there. He got a host out there, angels. That's right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. If anybody else thinks something safe, they're gonna be safe by something else, they got another thing coming. Yeah. Yep, like Proverbs 21 and 31 safety is of Yahweh. That's right. Read that Proverbs 21 and 31 again.
The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of Yahweh.
Yeah, that's right. Safety of Yahweh. Teach and not too many of you out here. No, not see the reason why, because the majority of the people doing it for money. They trying to run a bag up off the people. So that's really ain't many of us out here, because I'm doing it for the love of my people and the love of Yah. You understand me? I wouldn't care if they never gave me a quarter for doing it. Matter of fact, I ain't getting a quarter and don't know how to get a quarter. People tell me, man, you could be getting paid off the internet, do that. I ain't worried about getting paid. I'm already paid. The Almighty, let me show you that I'm already paid. Let me see what that said. Let's see. Let me show them. Let's see, can I find that right quick? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, go to Proverbs 13 and 7. Let me show them that Proverbs 13 and 7, then I'm going to come back and answer some of that.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 7. There is that maketh himself rich,
There's a person that make himself rich.
yet hath nothing.
I ain't got nothing.
There is that maketh himself poor, yet hath great riches.
Have great riches. When you got the Most High, you got great riches. You don't need all this. You got great riches without it. Okay, let's go to according to Malachi 4. Go to Holy GM say go to Malachi 4 and 3. No, Malachi 4, 11 through 13. Yeah, Malachi 4, 11, verse 11 through 13.
Oh, there's no 11.
No, ain't no 11. Okay. Michael. My fault. It's Michael. I looked at it wrong. It's Malachi 4, but go to Michael. Michael 4 and 11. My fault. That was my fault there. Yeah, Michael.
Micah chapter 4, verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Now also many nations are gathered against thee that say, let her be defiled, and let our eye look upon Zion. But they know not the thoughts of Yahweh.
Don't know the thoughts of Yahweh.
Neither understand they his counsel, for he shall gather them as the sheaves unto the floor. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I will make thy horn iron, and I will make thy hoofs brass, and thou shalt be in pieces many people, and I will consecrate their gain unto Yahweh, and their substance unto Yahweh of the whole earth.
That's right. Praise the mighty Yah. That's right. That was okay, holy Jim. Okay, and AR say go to Hosea 13 and 8. Hosea 13 and 8, yeah.
Hosea chapter 13, verse 8. I will meet them as a bear that is bereaved of her whelps, and I will rend the call of their heart, and there will I devour them like a lion. The wild beast shall tear them.
That's right. Comparing them to when a bear, you take a cub from a bear, how it's gonna act, and he gonna get with your tail. That's right. That was 8 through 11. You gotta read through 11. 8 to 11. Yeah, not just
O Israel, thou hast destroyed thyself, but in me is thy help. I will be their king. I will be thy king. Where is any other that may save thee in all thy cities?
That's right. Where is there somebody else that's gonna save you other than Yah?
And thy judges of whom thou saidest, give me a king and princes. I gave thee a king in my anger, and took him away in my wrath.
That's right. He'll give you a king and they take away in his wrath. Because Almighty Yahweh supposed to be your king, not nobody else. That was 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Philip Howard say go to Daniel 12, 1 through 3. Daniel 12, 1 through 3.
Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince was standing for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
That's right.
And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
That's right. That's what I'm trying to do today. Turn many to righteous forever and ever. That's cool. Who's that? Okay. Philadelphia Howard. Okay. Philadelphia. Okay. Let's see. The holy the holy Jim, go to Michael 5, 7 through 9. Yeah, all future prophecy, that's right. Future prophecy. Isaiah 13, 11. Okay.
Micah chapter 5, verse 7. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people as a dew from Yahweh, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both tread it down and tear it in pieces, and none can deliver. Thy hand shall be lifted up upon thy adversaries, and all thy enemies shall be cut off.
That's right. That's cool right there. That's right. We in the midst of right now. We absolutely right. Let's see. That was what we just got to read.
Micah.
Okay, Mike. Okay. Philadelphia Howard. So go to Isaiah 13:11. Oh yeah, 13 and 11.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity.
That's right.
And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to
To
cease,
cease. That's right.
and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
That's right. He gonna knock heads off. You know what? They gonna shut the alligator mouth. You're right, sister. Let's see. Go to Zechariah, the holy gem. Say go to Zechariah 12, 5 through 9. Twelve, 5 through 9.
Zechariah chapter 12, verse 5. And the governors of Judah shall say in their heart, the inhabitants of Jerusalem shall be my strength, and Yahweh of hosts their Elohim. And that day will I make the governors of Judah like a hearth of fire among the wood.
Let's read it again.
And the governors of Judah shall say in their heart, the inhabitants of Jerusalem shall be my strength, and Yahweh of hosts their Elohim. And that day will I make the governors of Judah like a hearth of fire among the wood, and like a torch of fire in a sheaf. And they shall devour all the people round about, on the right hand and on the left. And Jerusalem shall be inhabited again in her own place, even in Jerusalem.
Right. This ain't happened yet. This is a future event. Right.
Yahweh also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. And that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as Elohim, as the angel of Yahweh before them. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to.
What verse you at?
So 9.
Oh, 9. Okay, go. Right.
To destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem.
That's right. This is a future event. He's going to do this in the future. Absolutely right. The holy gem. And Philadelphia say go to Philadelphia say Isaiah 12, 1 through 2. Yeah, that was thunder. That's the most high. That's his voice. Let me show you that the thunder mean that's his voice right quick. Let me first what was that at? What did I say? What did you
Is it Isaiah 12?
Let me see. Yeah, Isaiah 12, 1 and 2. Right.
Isaiah chapter 12, verse 1. And in that day thou shalt say, O Yahweh, I will praise thee. Though thou wast angry with me, thy anger is turned away, and thou comfortest me. Behold, Elohim is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. For Yahweh, Jehovah is my strength and my song. He also is become my salvation.
That's right. Yahweh is our salvation. Right. There you go. Let me see. Let me show them that thunder they just heard. That's the Almighty verse. Go to Job 37. Job 37 and start the 5th verse. Great, watch this.
Job chapter 37, verse 5. Elohim thundereth marvelously with his voice.
See, that's his voice. When you hear that thunder out there, that's Yahweh's voice.
Great things doeth he, which we cannot comprehend.
We can't comprehend that thunder. You can't comprehend that. Read it again.
Elohim thundereth marvelously with his voice. Great things doeth he, which we cannot comprehend.
That's right. That thunder, when you hear that thunder, that's the Almighty Yahweh voice. That's right. And then I'm gonna do something about Michael, because Joe Gladdy want to know about Michael, the angel. Let me see. I want to get Michael. Let's see. Angel. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about that. Unless you looking in the closet on the bed. Yeah, hey, when the Almighty working, hey, you might as well just sit still and be calm. That's all. And pray to the mighty Yah that lightning and thunder don't strike your house. That's right. Miss Howard said go to Isaiah chapter 2, verse 17 through 22.
Isaiah chapter 2, verse 17. And the loftiness of men shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of men shall be made low, and Yahweh alone shall be exalted in that day. And the idols he shall utterly abolish, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth, for fear of Yahweh and for the glory of his majesty, when he arises to shake terribly the earth. And that day a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats, to go into the clefts of the rocks and to the tops of the ragged rocks, for fear of Yahweh and for the glory of his majesty, when he arises to shake terribly the earth. Cease ye from man, whose breath is in his nostrils, for wherein is he to be accounted of?
Right, absolutely. Yep. Uh-huh. Let me see. Did we read Isaiah 8 and 20? Did we read that? Because how Isaiah 8 and 20.
Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it's because there is no light in them.
That's right. They don't speak according to the testimony. Light, ain't no light in them. That's absolutely right. Okay. Let me see. Okay, we read Isaiah chapter 2. Okay, you read. Okay. Yeah. Mark Anderson say Malachi 4. Okay, he must be talking to them. Yeah. Well, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna get ready to close out. And like I say, what's Jewel Glad, I'm gonna talk about them angels, a little bit about them angels next week, since you want to know about Michael and all of them. Yeah, well, I talk about the angels a little bit. Yeah, I'll do that for you, sister. Yeah.
Real quick, I want to show them.
I forget. Go ahead.
Once again, about the living out of your houses. I want to show y'all exactly where to go to get this paper that says the House of Israel of Atlanta, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. I'm going to show y'all exactly how to get this paper. What you'll do is you'll have to go to the House of Israel ATL.org. The best way to do it is just go on Google, type in House of Israel ATL.org, and then click on that website. Once you click on the website, it'll look something. Well, no, they won't be able to see because that's way too light. But anyway, once you click on that website, you'll go to the top, click on the tab, click to where it says About Us. You'll see like Home, About Us, Mission / Vision / Laws, Tithes and Offerings, Contact Us. You'll see all that. You'll click on About Us. Once you click on About Us, you'll see where it says Yahweh's chosen, descendant of slaves, the words of the covenant. Click on to where it says feast days, Sabbath, and holy convocation. And then once you click that, you'll see where it says Yahweh's feast days, Sabbath, and holy convocation. You'll scroll all the way down until you see a PDF file. And the PDF file will look something like this. Just click on that, and it'll show you all the different types of leavening agents that you need to look for. And of course, I'll have all the types of stuff that you'll need to get out of your houses, and things like cottage cheese, soy sauce, ketchup, all that stuff. So that's how you get to that in order to find it. And you need to have everything out at least by the 11th of next week. So try to have everything out of your house at least by the 11th. And I'll try to find out what exact day that's going to fall on when you need to have it out, because I don't know the exact day just yet. So that's it.
Okay, let me find something right there about what it says in Yahweh. Let me see. Yeah, I'm finna show you that. Let me see. Then I'm gonna close that. What's in Exodus?
In Exodus chapter 12.
No. I'm talking about Yahweh as a man of war. I'm trying to find that right quick. Let's see. Yeah, it is. Go to Exodus 15 on that. Exodus 15, verse 30. Verse 3. My fault. Let me let you know that the Most High is a man of war. Exodus 15, verse 3.
Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. Yahweh is a man of war. Yahweh is his name.
Yeah, Yahweh is a man of war. That's his name. Okay, then. But I'm going to get ready to close out, brothers and sisters. And I want to give all honor, glory, worship, and praise to Yahweh by saying hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. And shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters.